that your breaking up of them caused. Absolutely amazing that they can evoke an emotional response of sympathy and blame you. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to cut you, honey. I didn't mean to tear you up and break your heart. But that's the fucking trick. Don't forget it. Another form of appeal to sympathy on your part is to tell you how scared they are. Right? They can't live without you, in other words. But they're scared. Now they're a tiny girl. Right? Oh, they want your sympathy and they want you to white knight. Right away. They can throw that in a phone message, email. They can put it, how else would they get it to you? Smoke signals? Right? But this is the trick. It's sympathy they want from you. And you're supposed to, as a man, feel sorry for the woman. But see, she's not a woman. We must never forget that as Mgtow. We're not dealing with women. We're dealing with females who think they're the equal of men, who use stereotypes to get their way and manipulation to fool you. They're not women. They're just beings with vaginas. And they're trying to trick you. Because if they were truly women, they wouldn't pull all the shit in the first place to drive you so apeshit that you had to throw the bitch out. See, that's the fucking trick, is realizing they're not truly women. They're competitive. They're dominating. Etc. Manipulation, etc. Abuse, etc. All right. Another appeal to sympathy is to tell you the things she wants. Oh, I just wanted to be loved and I just wanted to be held, right? And, you know, I wanted kids, or I wanted to live romantically, right? You're supposed to feel sorry. Oh, I'm sorry I took something from you, right? You're supposed to feel sorry for them because not only have you hurt them, cut, tear, break, you've also hurt them. You know, you've taken from them. You've stolen from them her romantic dream, her desire for kids, her beautiful vision of her future. And so you're supposed to sympathize with her and take her back. You must understand, she'll do anything to get you back. Now, here's a great one. Appeal with compliments. What do women do? Oh, they're going to compliment you. You know, you're such a good person. You're such a good man, right? I waited for a guy like you my whole life because you're so good and kind, right? Now, a lot of times, the compliments are going to be ones that you don't even want. You're like, what do you mean, kind? Right? I fire people for a living, right? I do random drug tests for a company and fire people. What do you mean I'm kind? Right? Jesus. I'm an MMA fighter. I beat the shit out of people for a living. What do you mean I'm kind? You know, and I've heard it both ways. I've heard it, well, they'll say every single compliment that you've told them you appreciate, and I've heard it where they give you none of the compliments you want and say shit like, you're generous. You're like, what do you mean generous? What does generous have to do with this? It's appeal with compliments. That's what they're doing. They're trying to butter you up, right? They want sympathy. They're going to butter you up. Now, here's a good one, right? They use this during the relationship, but they will definitely use it whenever possible because she wants you back. She'll go right to appeals with guilt. You know, we've talked for 3 months, or we've talked for a year, and all of a sudden you won't return my call. You won't answer my email. I waited by the phone the whole night. Of course, that's sympathy, but it's also guilt. Because when the phone rings, you're supposed to pick it up. You didn't do your job, right? She sent an email. You didn't respond. You should feel guilty, right? Here's another one. Oh, you promised, right? An appeal to guilt you. And you're supposed to go, ah, God, right? I'm such a jerk. I should have returned that call. You dumped her. Why should you talk to her ever again? Right? Is she your friend? Yeah, if she's your friend, you should talk to her. But, unless you're done with her being your friend. But, you're supposed to. Guilt. Oh, my God, right? A big one. Big. Is used on nice guys. On beta males, they use this one a lot. It's the appeal to morality. Right. Oh my God, your mom. What's your mom gonna think, right? Right. They can play that one. You told your mom, right? Your mom believed you're a good guy. You're like, oh my God, I look like a jackass, right? Oh, but the biggest one of all is the mention of God and judgment, condemnation, eternal hell, because you've gone back on your promise, right? It's an appeal to morality, right? This creature who has begged everything out of you she can and guilted you and manipulated you and fucked with your head so bad you got rid of her. Remember, that's the premise of this, is you've gotten rid of her and she wants you back. And that means she's done some wrong stuff. She will appeal to morality. Now, what's really fascinating here, is that a lot of times they don't want to accept guilt. They'll say something like, oh, nobody's perfect, not you, not me. And they'll let themselves off the hook for whatever it was they did wrong. We're not perfect. That excuses themselves and puts the morality question back on you. Oh, they're clever beasts, these feminists. They're horrid. These are terrible tricks, right? Terrible. And one of my all-time favorites that they like to use is the appeal to mercy, right? Someone commits a crime. They know they're going to jail for 20 years, but they're going to see if they can cut it to 10. And they throw themselves on the mercy of the court. Oh, Your Honor, I did it. It was wrong and I recognize it, right? I understand the law and I really made a horrible mistake. It's all my fault, right? You throw yourself on the mercy of the court. You kiss the judge's ass. You tell them what they want to hear. Right? You tell them what they want to hear and hope that you get what you're shooting for. In the case of a murderer, he wants 10 years instead of 20, get out on 5 with good behavior. Whew, right? Other than, you know what, Judge, that motherfucker deserved it. He pissed me off, so I cut his head off and shoved it up his own ass, right? And the judge is like, you're going to jail for 40 years on that, right? No, you go, I'm so sorry. Now, when it comes to women, when they want you back, they're going to appeal to your mercy, right? And it can come out with literal begging, please take me back, to the more subtle, I'm in love with you still, even though you trashed me, tore me up, cut out my heart, broke my spirit, right? You haven't returned my calls. I just wanted to be kids because I'm scared I'm going to be alone as an old woman. And God will judge me, blah, blah, right? They'll just throw the fucking book at you with manipulation. And then at the end, they'll appeal to your mercy. Please, right? I'm still in love with you. After all the bad shit you've done to me. After you've hurt from me and stolen from me. I'm still in love with you. Fuck. Incredible. Incredible. But that's what's out there. When she wants you back, whether you're a carpenter or a contractor, right? Whether you dig ditches or you're a doctor, it doesn't matter. When she wants you back, she's going to go to all ends to get it. Now, here's the nasty part. Here's where it gets really nasty, guys. They'll promise to change. Oh, I'll fix this, I'll try harder. All of the things, right, that they should say, right, that they would have said if you had just given them a good warning. And they believed you. You're like, you know what, that's the last fucking straw, bitch. I hear one more thing like that, you're out of here. Oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do it again, right? They know that you're the prize. They know that you're the man. They know you have the penis and you've got it going on. They know you're going to work for 40 or 50 fucking years. And you're just going to get more valuable. They know who you are. And if they don't, they're idiots. And a lot of girls, they're just plain old idiots. But the more conniving, manipulating ones,